Hi, my loves. I hope all of you are doing well. Today I'm going to be looking at messages from your angels. But before I do, please go check out my last video on how to understand my card readings. There would be some important details in there for you. So let's get right into it. You all know how I do these. There are timestamps available in the description box. So click the bottom left corner of the screen. You're going to see a small word. It says more. You're clicking on that. Then you're going to see these cards pop up and you're going to see timestamps. Okay. So select the card that you feel most drawn to, that you feel most connected to, and select the timestamp that matches that card. You are definitely going to get the messages that you need to hear. Trust your intuition is going to guide you accordingly. As always, use your wisdom and discernment when looking at any of my card readings. If a message does not belong to you, totally disqualify it and only take the messages that make sense to you, okay? Alright, let's get into it. So for pile 1, I have Archangel Gabriel. For pile 2, Archangel Uriel. For pile 3, Archangel Michael. For pile 4, Archangel Raphael. So let's get into the messages. These cards were pre-shuffled. I did not look at these just yet. I'm actually now about to look at the cards, so I don't know what is behind these, okay? Alright, I'm gonna channel some messages for you. So for pile 1, if you chose Archangel Gabriel, I am a gentle soul. I like this tranquility. Okay, so intuitively I can tell that you guys, first of all, you have a gift of communication because blue is the color of the throat chakra. Some of you are gifted at communicating. Others of you need to tap into that energy more and use your gift of communication to spread positivity and calmness to others, okay? So what you need to know right now is that your angel Gabriel, the angel Gabriel, would like you to express yourself more. You know, use your voice more to communicate effectively. Alright, and you can also use your gift of communication to uplift others and boost their general optimism. So find a way. We have so much social media outlets available now. Find a way to express yourself more, okay? There's a need for you to do that. Let's see. The second crystal that you got was chrysocolla, okay? This is used for infection fighting, okay? Now if you've had any sort of physical ailments, etc., Archangel Gabriel wants you to use your story as an inspiration to others. So again, find a creative way and an outlet to share your story with others. It can actually inspire those around you. This crystal is also used for calming anxiety and phobias like obsessive compulsive disorder, like OCD. Yeah, that's OCD. So if you do have any of those phobias or disorders in any way, again, there's a need for you to use your story to inspire others. Communicate, be open about your situation, only if you feel comfortable doing so. I repeat, only if you feel comfortable doing so. And your story can actually inspire others, okay? But there's a need for you to talk about your situation. Be it, you know, you may have anxiety. If you have anxiety, talk about it. Some of you may have panic attacks. If that is not your story, don't take it, but this only applies to some of you. If that is your case, you're being encouraged by Archangel Gabriel to share your story with others, okay? Finally, it says here, Onyx, extreme grounding. Okay. There's a need for you to talk about your grounding. How do you ground yourself? Okay. How do you practice self-control? How do you establish harmonious relationships with others? Archangel Gabriel is a messenger. Okay. So call on Archangel Gabriel to communicate your story, whatever story it may be for you. There's a need for you to communicate. Okay. Archangel Gabriel would also like you to know at this time that if you've had any sort of mental challenges, be it mental fog, mental upsets, whatever it may be, that he's willing to help you to communicate these things. Okay. There's a need for you to connect with Archangel Gabriel more to improve your communication. Some of you are natural communicators that chose this pile, but for others of you that chose this pile, you can be the opposite of that, where there's a need for you to communicate more. And Archangel Gabriel wants you to understand that he's willing to facilitate that. Yeah. Others of you, because of the energy that you carry, you can absorb negative energy easily. So there's a need for you to cleanse your energy. Side note, there's a side message. Okay. Take some lemon water baths. Take a red lavender bath. Cleanse your energy. Get some pink Himalayan salt. Put it in some water. Bathe with it. It's going to cleanse your energy. Okay. You can say a prayer before you take that bath. Of course, you can charge the water with energy. So pray a very effective prayer and take a spiritual bath. Okay, that's a side message. But yeah, these are the crystals that can greatly benefit you if you invested in them. Okay, take a good look. Pile 1, crystal cola, onyx, and blue lace agate. Okay, so you can go to any spiritual shop and why is my camera not focusing? Yeah, and purchase these. You can keep them with you. It would greatly benefit your energy. Okay. All right, lovely. Let's go on to pile 2. If you chose Archangel Uriel, these are the messages for you. Archangel Uriel is the archangel of wisdom, light, and truth. Uriel is often called upon when guidance is needed. Okay. So let's see what messages came out for you. These were pre-shuffled. I did not read these cards beforehand. I'm going to read it now. So rose quartz, it's a master heart healer. Okay. Don't know if you guys can see that. My camera is not focusing. Is it focusing now? It's still not focusing. Is it focusing now? Okay, I guess not. It's being weird today. Alright. So at the bottom of this it says wow, why is my camera not focusing? I am embodied love. Okay guys, I'm not sure my camera is not focusing, having a little bit of technical difficulties. Anyway, so if you chose pile 2, Archangel Uriel, this angel wants you to know right now that there's a need for you to connect with your wisdom, especially in matters of love. Okay, use wisdom, use discernment, because some of you could have been through heartbreak before. Okay, and if you have been through heartbreak before, Archangel Uriel wants to remind you that you can call on that angel to give you wisdom and discernment when it comes to matters of love. Okay. Also, if you've been having any sort of emotional issues, outbursts, pent-up anger, etc., there's a need for you to channel that energy into a creative project or some outlet where you can transmute the energy. Okay. Others of you have to remember the power that compassion and inner peace holds. Okay, some of you need to set out when there's a full moon and just enjoy the energy of the moon, because some of you are connected with the moon and you don't know. Okay, but there's something about nighttime and just going to calm your energy in the moonlight that is going to greatly benefit you. Others of you need to remember your worth in love. I think Archangel Uriel wants you to remember that you are worthy of love. Okay, all right, let's see. Ooh, malachite. This is the second crystal that came out for pile 2. It says here, Mother Earth healing. Some of you need to connect with the earth more. Use the energy of the earth to heal you. Nature has very healing energies, apart from the fact that it allows your body to produce all of the healthy hormones like dopamine, even oxytocin in some instances, especially if you go do tree hugging. I don't know if you guys know about hugging trees, but this is an actual practice that some people follow. When you go out into nature, simply walk up to a tree and hug it. Of course, ensure it's not a tree that has pickers or thorns on it. A smooth bark tree would be just fine. And hug that tree just for a few minutes. It's going to help your body to produce something called oxytocin. Oxytocin is the feel-good hormone that is produced by your body when you experience happiness, okay? So there's a need for you to expose yourself to that kind of energy in nature. Okay. Archangel Uriel also wants you to know that there is good fortune on your side. Okay. Use your humor more. Some of you need to laugh more. And restore yourself through healthy practices. Okay. Support yourself mentally and emotionally by connecting with nature. And lastly, pile 2, I see here green kunzite. It is the vulnerability crystal. I don't know why I'm stuttering over my words like that. But let's see. Archangel Uriel wants you to remember at this time that there is strength in vulnerability, okay? Because at the bottom of this it says, my vulnerability is my strength. So some of you, if you have the mindset that being vulnerable is weak, I want you to really rethink that, because there is a lot of strength in vulnerability. Of course, you're going to have to use discernment when being vulnerable. You don't want to be vulnerable with the wrong people. But use your wisdom and discernment, and Archangel Uriel is always willing to step in to give you that wisdom and discernment. Okay? Some of you need to be vulnerable with the right people, because in your vulnerability, you can actually recognize your strengths in speaking about your vulnerabilities, okay? Also, if there was any sort of opposition or misunderstanding in your relationships, this is a crystal that can greatly help you to ground your energy. Okay, green kunzite. Also, Uriel wants you to use your wisdom in situations where there's a lot of conflict. What I'm getting intuitively is that you need to choose your battles wisely. Okay, not all battles need to be fought, not all arguments need to be had, not all discussions need to be carried out or executed. There are some things you leave alone. Okay, pile 2. There are some things you need to address with the divine, with the creator, and there are some things you just need to leave higher forces to handle in spiritual court. Okay, especially matters of karma, because I'm intuitively picking up that there may have been circumstances in your life where you were dealt an unfair hand, especially in relationships, because I'm seeing here, and this is standing out to me, misunderstanding in relationships. So you could have been misunderstood in some connections, and that could have been the cause of conflict. And Archangel Uriel wants you to understand that, again, not all battles are meant to be fought. Okay, sometimes you have to observe people, study people before you take action. Okay, all right, let's get into pile number 3. If you chose Archangel Michael, these are your messages. Let's get into it. Okay, so if you chose pile 3, Archangel Michael is a very powerful angel. It's actually an angel that I work with closely, and this angel literally defends you in battle. In instances where there are injustices, in instances where there are great spiritual war at hand, Archangel Michael is going to defend you. Okay, so this is a very powerful angel. I think it's actually the highest ranked angel. Okay, yeah, Archangel Michael is a spiritual warrior. In the battle of good versus evil, he's considered a champion of justice, a healer of the sick, and guardian. Okay, so some of you need to connect with Archangel Michael. Just call on him. It's that simple. Alright, you call on Archangel Michael for justice to be served in instances where there was, as I said previously, I don't want to repeat myself too much. So let's get into it. Alright, so it says here, yellow jade, the adrenal crystal. So there's a need for some of you to balance out the circumstances in your life that's giving you an extra adrenaline rush. Okay, this can be anything actually. Now, adrenaline can work in two ways. It can positively impact you, or it can negatively impact you. Okay, as is with most hormones in your body or most chemicals, it's all about duality. You all know I like to talk about duality on my channel. So there's a dual nature to the hormones that are produced by your body as well. Okay, all right. So Archangel Michael wants you to know that you need to have courage. Okay, in instances or circumstances where you feel a little bit discouraged, this angel wants you to remember that you are strong and that you have a positive attitude, that you are meant to lead a path of freedom and to live a path of freedom. Okay, freedom from oppression in particular. So if you experience any sort of oppression in your life from anybody and any circumstance, Archangel Michael wants to remind you at this time that you have the ability to radiate light and to be filled with light. Okay, Archangel Michael wants you to remember that you are abundant, yet you have a healthy self-esteem, and you shouldn't let the external world make you feel any type of way about who you are. This song by Alicia Cara is coming through. There are scars to your beautiful, and the world can change its heart. Okay, so that line pretty much refers to just how mean and harsh the world can be with their opinions and their judgment of other people's life, But pile 3, you shouldn't allow that to define you, and you shouldn't allow that to affect you in any way, because everything that is sent on your path is meant to teach you very valuable lessons. Okay, even if you've had some not so kind people that probably try to make you feel a type of way about yourself. Okay, always look for the bigger lesson. All right, let's go on to the next crystal. It says here, yellow tiger eye, willpower. Archangel Michael wants to remind you at this time that you have a lot of willpower. You have a lot of internal strength. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised if those of you that chose this spot are Leos or some kind of fire sign, Aries or Sagittarius. Okay, doesn't have to be. That's only going to be for some of you. Okay, at the bottom of this card it says, I resist all emotional manipulation. So Archangel Michael wants to remind you at this time that when you see emotional manipulation, recognize it for what it is, observe it objectively, and release it. Okay, don't internalize it, because what I gather intuitively is that there are some of you that would have had that happen to you in your life. I'm channeling messages based on a card. Okay, and Archangel Michael wants you to know that he is willing to protect you if you call on him, to protect you from emotional manipulation in particular. Okay, keep in mind that you have a voice and that your voice matters, pile 3. So if there were instances in your life where you felt like you couldn't speak up, or you felt like you couldn't, gather enough or muster enough courage to stand up for yourself, Archangel Michael wants to remind you at this time of your internal power. Okay? If you've been dealing with any sort of personal attacks, Archangel Michael is willing to serve justice for you if you call on him, okay? Yeah. If you have any sort of personality disorder, this message is not going to be for all of you. This is only going to be for some of you. Because the last thing it says here is this crystal can be used with issues related to borderline personality disorder. So if you have any sort of personality disorder, please, if that is not your message, don't take it. This is only going to be for at least 3 of you, okay? Archangel Michael is willing to assist you in that as well. Okay? You should never become a victim to your environment, pile 3, and this angel wants to remind you of that. Okay? Let's go on to the last message for pile 3. This is gold rutilated quartz. It has here angelic power written to the bottom. I don't know why my camera is not focusing. This is so strange. I'm having so much. Right, angelic power. It's now focusing. Okay. Yeah, so this is a crystal that can bring a lot of decisiveness and clarity to you. Okay, Archangel Michael wants you to understand at this time your internal power to be decisive and to be clear about your path and your journey ahead of you. I'm channeling the message right now that there's almost like a sensitivity to your psyche. And there's a need for you to use higher wisdom in circumstances where you feel a bit jaded, is the word that is coming to mind. Some of you need to also cleanse your energy, cleanse your aura, take a spiritual bath. I spoke about red lavender previously and using lemon and water. You can also squeeze some lemon and water, charge the water before you use it, say a quick prayer for protection, and you take those spiritual baths as often as you think you need to take it. Okay, intuitively you would know when you need an energetic cleanse. There's a heaviness that you're going to feel in your body, and that is just all of the gunk, I call it gunk, that you take up on a daily basis, from interacting with people, from having people speak negatively about you, or from having people send negative energy to you. And there's a need always for you to cleanse your energy, okay? Because as much as when you interact with people, you're also interacting with their negative energies, equally so their positive energies, okay? So for pile 3 in particular, there's a need for you to do some energy cleansing. Archangel Michael also wants you to know that you are working towards, you are going to achieve emotional balance eventually if you've been working on that. Okay, if you've not been working on that, don't take that message, but there is a need for some of you that chose this pile to achieve emotional balance. Okay, so there's 2 groups of you: those of you that already have emotional balance and those of you that need to achieve emotional balance. I think you can achieve emotional balance by spending time in nature. There may be some messages for you in pile 2, so go look at pile 2. Okay, use your creativity and your positivity wisely. Archangel Michael wants to remind you that you were given very specific creative gifts, and those creative gifts were passed down to you so that you can inspire others and motivate others. Equally so, it was given to you so that you can benefit your generations to come. Okay, so use those gifts and talents that you have naturally, and also use your positivity. Okay, there's a need for you to have more positive thoughts about your life and to look at the silver lining in any circumstance that you may be experiencing. Okay, all right, let's go on to pile 4, the last pile, Archangel Raphael. So this is an archangel that is responsible for love, Archangel Raphael is the angel of healing as well. Raphael is compassionate towards people who are struggling physically, mentally, spiritually. Raphael could also work with people to bring you closer to the divine or to bring you closer to divine energy. And he's often associated with joy and laughter. Okay, so let's get into your messages. Keep in mind these cards were pre-shuffled. I did not see them beforehand, so this is my first time looking at the cards. Alright, orange calcite. It says here erotic sensuality. Okay, so Archangel Raphael wants you to remember that there is power in sexual energy. A lot of people, especially within religious institutions, they tend to avoid the topic of sex or sensual energy, but it is a part of you that was gifted, so that you can use that energy effectively. Okay, now there's a need for you in particular, pile 4, to transmute this erotic energy within you. So pour it into a business project in particular. Okay, that is an example of how you can use your erotic energy or sensual energy. Use that sacral energy that you have to really fuel your success with a project. It can be a hobby online, it can be a hobby offline, whatever hobby you feel most connected to or drawn to, do that, okay, once it is safe, of course. Okay, there's a need for you to connect with your sensual energy. Keep in mind that sensual or sexual energy is literally creative energy, okay? Because when you think about sex, when two people come together to create a life, they're using their creative energies to produce that life form. So some of you need to understand that sexual energy and even, sensual energy is a gift. If you've been experiencing any sort of guilt or shame around your sexuality, please, there's a need for you to clear out that. I'm not going to touch on that, but I'm going to still channel the message. There are some of you that could have experienced some sort of sexual trauma that chose this pile. If that is not your story, don't take it. Okay? I'm saying that because I'm seeing guilt and shame related to experiencing pleasure on this card. So I'm interpreting that message for you. Okay? As some of you would have been exposed to things prematurely, or even felt like there's a need for you to feel guilty or feel badly about sexual pleasure. There's something about that is coming through intuitively, and I'm looking at the card as well and simply channeling messages based on the energy I feel. Okay, there's literally no need for you to be ashamed or to feel guilty about sexual energy, because again, it's a natural part of life. Maybe some of you could have been additionally been in a religious background, or come from a religious background, or come from a religious household, and maybe sex was something you all didn't talk about openly. That is only going to be for some of you. It's not going to be for all of you. Only take the messages that make sense to you, okay, and disqualify the rest. Some of you need to work on your healthy patterns. Archangel Raphael is going to help you to work on that, especially around lightheartedness. Some of you have been too serious for too long. That is what is coming through, so laugh a little. Bring some joy back into your life. Some of you would benefit greatly from having sensual dance classes or attending sensual dance classes. Dance can be very healing to your sacral energy house. Hip movement in particular can really stimulate the energy house that is located in your sacral region. Okay, sacral meaning the reproductive organ area. Okay, so yeah, you all need to really engage that energy and make it part of who you are, because it is part of who you are. Okay, all right. Oh wow, the second card here is about fertility. So intuitively, I'm thinking that If you want to enhance your fertility, side note, side message, there is a lot of benefits that can come out of drinking turmeric tea. Okay, so some of you need to cleanse your sacral region. Drink turmeric with ginger. Have turmeric shots first thing in the morning after you eat breakfast. That is going to greatly benefit your fertility, your fertile health. Okay, others of you are just very fertile with ideas. Archangel Raphael wants you to remember that you have fertile ideas. You are very fertile with a lot of possibilities, and don't ever forget that. Okay, there's a need for you to work with this crystal as well, amber. So some of you need to buy amber crystal and keep it on you. Charge it, cleanse your crystals, charge them with the energy of the sun or the moon, and keep these crystals on you. Okay, it's going to increase your joyful energy. It also will bring in positive energy to you. It'll help you to release positive energy and to release negative energy. Okay, there's a need for some of you. Archangel Raphael wants you to know that there's a need for some of you to just let go of negative self-judgment. I'm channeling messages based on this here. Okay, some of you would have had a harsh mother growing up. I'm going to show you the message on the card. I'm hoping that my camera can focus so you can see clearly. And it's not focusing, so let me see if I can do that. It's not focusing. So it says here, oh Lord, it stopped. Okay, let me keep it at this angle because this phone is being weird. Anyway, so it says here the sacred feminine energy. Alright, strengthens energy and ability related to mothering and nurturing. Okay, so there's a need for you to use this crystal to facilitate that nurturing energy and that mothering energy, because potentially there could have been a mother figure in your life that probably wasn't very gentle with you. They were very harsh, very tough on you, and because of that you've learned to have a very harsh inner voice. All right, there's a need for you to just release that, heal that, and connect with amber more. Okay, connect with the energy of this crystal. There's also a need for you to forgive. Archangel Raphael is coming through with that. Forgive if you've had a mother figure that was very mean to you, harsh to you. I'm getting intuitively gossiped about you, so some of you could have had a gossiping mother. Sorry if that was your story. Yeah, forgive this person, because this person also has their own internal demons and battles to fight. Okay, so forgive that person. Also, it says here this stone increases sensual expression. So I would have channeled some messages intuitively previously from this stone that there's a need for you to do some sensual dance. So if you are feminine and you are looking at this, please understand that there is a need for you to release some feminine energy through dance. Okay, it's gonna help you a lot. If you are masculine, there's a need for you to connect with your feminine side more. Okay, yes, we all have masculine and feminine energies, in case you didn't know. Feminine meaning the parts of you that are sensitive, nurturing, intuitive, soft. And masculine side meaning the masculine energy within you would be more action oriented, assertive, bold, alright, courageous. So there's a need for you, pile 4, to connect with your feminine energy, even if you're masculine looking at this. Okay, and finally the last message for you is Tektite, interstellar. I am beyond body, mind, and emotion. Okay, so finally I would say Archangel Raphael wants to remind you at this time that if you do have dreams, if you get dreams, especially lucid dreams, those are your angels, those are your spirit guides trying to communicate with you through your dream state. Okay, you're not crazy, you're not emotionally unstable, you just have dreams sent to you to communicate to you. There's a need for some of you to keep a dream journal and also start googling or researching the meaning of your dreams. Okay, because there may be some messages for you that are coming through from your ancestors or spiritual angel entities. If you all want to know more about angels and higher vibrational energies, go check out my scientific video on energy beings. it breaks it down lovely, and it proves that there is indeed angelic frequencies, okay, and beings. Some of you are very much connected to your past life. Maybe that's something you talk about. Archangel Raphael wants you to know that in a past life, you were able to have telepathic abilities, and you were also able to astral travel in a past life. And in this life, you reincarnated with heightened psychic abilities and mental abilities, okay? If you don't know about reincarnation, do some research on it. I genuinely think that reincarnation happens to some souls, not all. So some of you that are looking at this file have reincarnated in this lifetime to use your mental abilities and to connect with your spirit guides more, okay? Archangel Raphael is also willing to help you to connect your mind, body, and feelings and emotions. Some of you may have a challenge connecting with your emotions, okay? Yeah. So if you've been struggling with that, to connect your mind, body, and emotions, Archangel Raphael is more than willing to help you with that. You just have to call on this angel, okay? But there is a need for you to understand that high frequency beings do exist. Okay, like angels in particular, because some of you may have doubts that chose this pile. You may have doubts about angels, and you may not really be all that spiritual. For some of you, for others of you, you are aware of angels and highlight beings and, you know, spiritual things, topics around the spiritual world. And Archangel Raphael wants to remind you that you can work with this angel if you do wish, okay? So yeah, those are the messages for my lovely pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. If you like, don't forget to subscribe. If you don't like, feel free to visit another channel. Bye. Peace.